A very good morning, everyone. So, today we will study science, and what we will study in science, we will study how animals survive. Okay, so in this chapter, we will learn how animals survive. Okay, so let's go now. So, we will learn about types of animals, where animals live, what animals eat, adaptation for protection, and animals in danger. Okay, so these topics will be covered now. Okay, so let's go. So, first, what we will do is, first we will study types of animals. Now, do you know the types of animals? So, let's study. Based on the absence or presence of a backbone, animals can be divided into two groups. So, like if one animal is having a backbone and one animal is not having, so they both will be different, and we will divide them into two categories, and they are the two types of animals. Okay, so first one is animals without a backbone. So the first is animals without a backbone. So, animals that do not have a backbone are called invertebrates. What are invertebrates? Yes, animals that do not have a backbone. So, animals such as worms, ant, and cockroach, and slug, and snails, these all are called animals without a backbone, means invertebrates. So these animals do not have a backbone. So in this, there is also given this thing. What is this? These are the parts of a insect. Okay. So what is this? Yes, this is the head of this animal. Okay. This is the head of this animal. Now, what this part is called? You're right. This part is called the thorax. This is called the thorax. Okay. It's between the three parts. Okay. Now, next one is abdomen. It is abdomen. Okay. What is abdomen? You can see that. Let me tell you. This part is called the abdomen. This is called the abdomen, and this full picture is of a honeybee. What is this? A honeybee. Okay. Now, let's study. Okay. Now, insects, we are reading this. Insects have 6 legs and their body is divided into 3 parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. Most insects have a hard outer covering made up of a material called chitin. Okay, this is called chitin. So this is a hard outer covering made up of material called chitin. A few insects such as mosquito and butterflies can fly. And mosquitoes, butterflies, honeybees, these all can fly. Yes. So these insects can fly. So now let's go next. Okay. Now let's study the next. Okay. So now comes the animals without a backbone. Okay. Now what are the animals without a backbone? Okay, let me tell you. Fish. Okay, first let's see the definition. Animals that have a backbone. Sorry, I was saying without, but it is with. Animals with a backbone. These are called vertebrates. These animals are called vertebrates. Okay. These are called vertebrates. They can be further divided into small groups. Okay, so they are divided into few groups. Fish. This group consists of very large variety of animals that live in water. These animals breathe through gills. They have fins to swim. First is that they breathe through gills. Yes, all the fish and all breathe through gills. They are having their gills upon here. Means like something like here they are having the gills and they breathe from there. From in some उनके neck के पास में होता है. In their neck, inside of their neck, on side of their neck. Okay, now so there. Now next one is fins. What are fins? Means which helps to swim. Okay, now next come. Okay, let me. Their body is covered with scales. What are scales? What are these? These. What are these? These you can see this like this. It is drawn on the body of the fish like this. Many are drawn like that and like that. They are drawn. Yes. What are those called? Scales. Okay. Examples are cod and mac and shark also. Okay. So next one is amphibians. Now what are amphibians? Amphibians are the animals that can live both on land and in water. Okay, on both. So one animal is there which is newt. Okay, so these animals live both on land and in water. Okay, these animals live both in both. Okay, most of them breathe both through their lungs and their moist skin. They breathe through their skin also and also with their lungs. Okay, so okay, now examples, the best example is frog because it comes maybe in your houses or yes, it comes in our houses also sometimes. Means it can live on land also and in water also. We see it in some ponds and all of that. Okay, it it lives there also and everywhere it lives. Okay, means on land and in water. Okay, now next, reptiles. Most of these animals live mainly on land. These animals live mainly on land. Okay, these animals like crocodiles, yes, and crocodile and more animals, lizards, snake, reptiles, and these are reptiles. Okay, now they have a scaly skin. What is a scaly skin? Means they have a scaly skin. रफ सी होती है ना, क्रोकोडाइल की जो स्किन होती है वो थोड़ी थोड़ी रफ होती है. ओके, and when you will see lizards and these all, when we cannot touch them, but when we will touch their skin will be so much rough. But some reptiles have so smooth also. Either they have a smooth or a rough skin. Okay, so they reproduce, means they give birth to their young ones by laying eggs. They give it by laying eggs. Okay, now we have studied the examples. Now reptiles, amphibians and fish are cold-blooded animals. What are cold-blooded animals? The animals that they change their temperature with their surroundings. These animals change their temperature with their surroundings. Okay, now birds. What are birds? Sorry, I cannot give the full word. So birds have a light body, यानी कि बहुत ही light body होती है जिससे वो fly कर सके. Okay, if they will be so much heavy, then they cannot fly, such as penguins and ostrich. These cannot fly, and hen also. These birds cannot fly because they are having a so much heavy body. Okay, so they are covered with feathers which help them to fly. Yes, they have wings that help them to fly. Okay, they have wings that help to fly. Examples are hummingbird, sparrow, and eagle. Okay, now birds such as ostrich, skivvy, and penguin, however, they cannot fly because they have a heavy body. Okay, they are called flightless birds. So I have tell you that these birds cannot fly, so these are called flightless birds. Now here is a little fact file. What is this? Now let's see. Hummingbirds are the smallest bird in the world. Okay, the hummingbirds, those hummingbirds, this you can see here. This is a hummingbird. So these are the smallest birds in the world. Okay, you will see it everywhere. You can see it everywhere, even in your garden or at your roof also. Okay, now mammals. What are mammals? Mammals are a group of animals that give birth to babies. Okay, these animals give birth to babies like cow. Yes, cow give birth to baby. Goat also. Yes, except the platypus and deer. Okay, these animals except these. Okay, now their bodies have a hair and the mother suckle. Okay, their body have a hair. They have hair and mothers suckle their young ones. Okay, most mammals breathe through lungs. Okay, they breathe through lungs, means mostly animals. They have 4 limbs. Okay, they have 4 limbs. Birds and mammals are warm-blooded animals. What are warm-blooded animals? The birds and birds and mammals are warm-blooded animals. Their means their this you can see, this means that their body temperature remains constant despite change in the temperature of their surroundings. Okay, now human being, elephant, horse, cow, goat, and dog and cat are examples of mammals. Even we humans are mammals. Okay, now there is word help. Here is word help. Now what is suckle? To allow to suck milk. Okay, to allow to suck milk. Okay, now here we are having a little exercise. You can get a screenshot and you can do it. It will be very useful to you. Okay, so where animals live, do you know? Let's see. Okay, animals are found everywhere. We all know. Even we keep animals at home. Those are called domestic animals. Okay, animals are found everywhere, on land, on trees, in flying gear, and in water. Some animals are found on both land and water. They are called amphibians. Okay, so based on where animals spend most of their time, they can be grouped into terrestrial, arboreal, aerial, aquatic, and amphibian animals. Okay, so what are terrestrial? Animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. You will find this word terrestrial in plants chapter, in solar system chapter also, and in this animals chapter also. Terrestrial. Set this word in your mind with the meaning land. Okay, so animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. Okay, now these animals have features suitable for life on land. Okay. Now they have they have legs which help them to walk on land, and most of them have lungs as their breathing organ. Okay. Now climatic conditions may vary from place to place. It is cold on the mountains and in the polar regions, whereas it is hot in the deserts. Yes, a yak lives on the mountain and a polar bear lives in the polar region. Camel is found in the desert. Okay, so like there is one more thing in this, that habitat. What is habitat? Like if you will live for 3-4 years in Shimla. Now if you will live for 3-4 years in Shimla, and you will come actually means suddenly you will go to, where you will go? You will go to a desert, or in Rajasthan you will go in a desert. Now you will find difficulties to survive there, because you don't have a habit of living in such a hot place, and you will cause many problems also, such as fever and all, because if we will go from suddenly we will go from climate to other one, then we will fall sick obviously. Okay, so now animals such as penguin, seal and walrus are adapted to live in freezing conditions. They have a thick layer of fat called blubber under their skin to keep their body warm. Animals that live in cold places have thick fur on their body which protects them from cold. Animals such as bear, frog and snake become inactive in cold winter months when the food is not there. Okay, and this inactivity during the winter months or winter sleep is called hibernation. What is hibernation? मतलब मैं आपको हिंदी में समझाती हूँ, जैसे कि क्या होता है, जो bear, frog, snake, these all become inactive during the winter season, and they are not getting food also. So when they do not get food, no, they do one thing, that in the winter season what they do, they sleep for many months. Okay, they sleep for many days or 1 or 2 months, so that they will not be hungry also, and they will not feel hungry. Okay, now this is called hibernation. So these inactivity is called hibernation. Animals living in desert have very little hair on their body, so that they will not feel so hot. Okay, so they have very little hair on their body. Okay, so since there is a lack of water in the deserts, means there is very little water, some animals such as camels drink large amount of water at one time, so that they can survive without water for many days. So what camels do, that you know that in desert there is a lot of problem of water. So these camels, what they do, that they what they do, they drink a lack of means a lots of water in at one time, and after that what they do, they just store it in their hump. Okay, and when they can travel for many days. Okay, so that they can travel for many days. Slowing down of inactivity or settling down to a long sleep by some animals during the summer hot months is called estivation. सो हमने हाइबरनेशन पढ़ा, वो तो विंटर में होता है, वैसा ही सेम समर में होता है, जिसको एस्टिवेशन कहते हैं. ओके, एंड thus animals have adapted to live in different climatic conditions. Okay, so thank you. Till now we have done till the terrestrial animals. So yes, we have done till terrestrial animals. Now in next video we will do aquatic animals, and we will cover many or other topics. Okay, so I hope you have understood this concept. Thank you. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.